Okay guys, so as promised, today we are going to talk about how to make a line graph. Now actually, line graph out of the bar graph, the picture graph, and the line graph is my favorite one. I think it's really interesting and I think that it shows a lot of information in the graph. Now a line graph is actually not a kindergarten graph. It's something that you're going to learn in first and second grade. But since we have extra time in the unit, I thought it would be an interesting thing for us to cover and just something that we could practice and try out since we have some extra time. So you guys did a great job with bar graph and picture graph. So today I'm going to talk to you about the line graph. A line graph is a graph that shows change over time. So I'm going to show you an example of a line graph. And here is an example that I posted in Google Classroom yesterday. And this just shows an example of car sales over a week. So here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So during the work week, which is Monday through Friday, it showed how many cars were sold on each day. So here it has the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars sold. So how many from a scale of 0 to 10 sold on each day. And then along the y-axis it says number of cars sold. Along the x-axis it says the day of the week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then these points that I'm circling right here with my highlighter show the numbers of cars that were sold on each day. So on Monday, 3 cars were sold. On Tuesday, 5 cars were sold. On Wednesday, 6 cars were sold. On Thursday, 4 cars were sold. And on Friday, 9 cars were sold. So it shows you the number of car sales over time. So we can clearly see Monday, the least number of cars were sold, and Friday, the highest number of cars were sold. Okay? So that's just an example of a line graph. Let's make one of our own now. The question that we're going to be answering is actually something that is very near and dear to your heart and your family. We're going to be talking about the weather and the temperature in Oakton, Virginia, which is where you live. So our question for data is, what was the temperature? And I'm going to add in Oakton, Virginia, from May 5th to May 11th. So one more time, what was the temperature in Oakton, Virginia from May 5th through May 11th? Now we have our table. Here it says temperature, and then we're going to put our temperatures for May 5th, May 6th, May 7th, May 8th, May 9th, May 10th, and finally May 11th. So let's start with May 5th. I'm going to pull up the weather app on my phone, and on May 5th it says the temperature high was 58 degrees. Okay, now let's go to May 6th. On May 6th, it said the temperature high was 56 degrees. On May 7th, it said the temperature high was 68 degrees. So it went up quite a bit from May 6th to May 7th. On May 8th, the temperature high was 64 degrees. On May 9th, the temperature high was 51 degrees. On May 10th, the temperature high was 66 degrees. And yesterday, the temperature high was 60 degrees. And this is all in Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Remember when we talked about measurement, we said that you can take the temperature 2 different ways, Celsius and Fahrenheit. In America, where we live in the United States, we use Fahrenheit. Now that we have our data chart, we're going to actually make our line graph. So here's our data chart. Again, our question was, what was the temperature in Oakton, Virginia from May 5th to May 11th? We found out that the temperature on May 5th was 58 degrees, May 6th was 56 degrees, May 7th was 68 degrees, May 8th was 64 degrees, May 9th was 51 degrees, May 10th was 66 degrees, and May 11th was 60 degrees. Okay, now let's make our line graph. First, we need a title. For a line graph, instead of saying something like for a bar graph, we'd have something like favorite sports to watch in Miss Baucom's class. It will be temperature in Oakton, Virginia, May 2020, because what we're documenting is the temperature in Oakton, Virginia from May 5th to May 11th, okay? Along the y-axis, which remember goes up and down, we're going to label our y-axis as usual. We're going to have our temperatures. Now, as you can see, and I'm going to show you with our star tool, as you can see, we have this really strange jump from 0 to 44, okay? So clearly we have a strange jump from 0 to 44. The reason is because our temperatures don't go below, and let's look at our data chart, they don't go below 50 degrees. In fact, 51 degrees on May 9th was our lowest temperature for that week from May 5th to May 11th. So we don't need any numbers really below 50, but I added 44, 46, 48 because we had room to put all of those numbers. As you can see, I counted by 2, so I went 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70. So our lowest temperature on the graph is 44, and our highest temperature on the graph is 70. We're going to label our y-axis temperature, and in parentheses I put the word degrees because all of these numbers stand for degrees, right? Because remember on our data chart, it shows the degrees for the temperature for each day. May 5th, May 6th, May 7th, May 8th, May 9th, May 10th, and May 11th, okay? So on our y-axis, we have our numbers for temperature. Remember, we have this jump from 0 to 44 because none of our temperatures dip below this 50 right here. Along our x-axis, which of course goes side to side, we're going to label our x-axis as we always do. We have our dates, okay? And we're going to label that. Days. Down here along our x-axis to show that these dates, May 5th, May 6th, May 7th, May 8th, May 9th, May 10th, and May 11th, represent the days of the week where we took the temperature. Alright, in our next video, I'm going to show you how to actually put the data points on the chart and connect them.